How's it going? Figured I'd do a quick update. By the time the notifications go out and everybody's in here, we will be loaded. It's funny they make you take the red airline off, but they don't come out and lock it. So, oh well. Maybe they're just checking to see if you're compliant. There's a lot of that going on. They're just going to tell you to do something that's pointless, just to see if you're compliant, right? So, hey, we got a person in here with the thumbs up. Thank you, that one person who gave me the thumbs up. I am not on the YouTube algorithm gods. I've not been blessed by them lately, so I doubt this is going to go out. Oh, there we go. Turn that down. Let's see, we got Ninja, Cycling Trucker, Big Houston. So what's been going on, everybody? I've been away for a minute, but as you can see, I'm in the truck. I'm getting loaded. Don't believe me? Here you go. Look, there's a Martin trailer next to me. I'll book a quickie load back south. I was up in Sedalia. Now I'm heading south back to Joplin. Probably not the best rate for this load, but it's going to protect the profit from the next load. So, what is the next load? I don't know, but I plan on staying out this weekend. So, I figured I'd check in, as Rick LP has said. I was fighting allergies yesterday, so I didn't go live yesterday. And man, I had an allergy attack. I think it was Monday, then Tuesday. When did I leave out? Wednesday. So we're over the worst of it. Have I been busy? Yeah, but at home, not with the truck. So, you know, we lost the whole week thanks to everyone else and my decisions. I mean, I'm not going to play the complete victim mentality game, but I did make a few mistakes, or I made 2 mistakes. And then the rest just kind of followed. And then, but you know, things happen for a reason. You know, I dealt with something at home. Those of you who follow me on Facebook know what I'm talking about. And, but everybody's good, everybody's okay, and I had to deal with that. Or help deal with that, you know. It makes it a lot easier on the wife when I can accomplish stuff while I'm at home. So, but the truck's running great, knock on wood. Changed out the fuel filters, fixed the fuel primer pump. Not the fuel pump, but the fuel primer pump. That was going bad. Excuse me. And got a fresh DOT and brake adjustment on the trailer. And you know, we're doing pretty good. So, not going home this weekend. Let's see. Let's do some shout outs. We got Ninja, Cycling Trucker, Big Houston, Rick LP, A Haggy, Scott SRO, what's up? Nothing Witty, Sage News, what's up? Oh no, Mr. Bill, Big Houston, The Scribe. You talked about the APU recently. There's a great video by Just Trucking from Green APU site tour yesterday. Check it out. The Scribe. I am very curious about the Green APU. They had a very impressive demonstration at Bats 2 years ago, or 3 years ago, I guess. That would have been 2018. Dynasis also had somewhat of an impressive display, but I would not recommend the Dynasis. The problem with these off-brand APU places is getting warranty work. But I have heard better things about the Green APU versus the Dynasis. So it's I'm a Carrier guy. I like Carrier, so. But yeah, Scott will tell you Dynasis sucks. You know, there was a rig master on this truck before I bought it. So what happens is the prime people, whenever they turn their truck in, if they turn in their lease, or if they go into a new truck, whatever, the rig master that they put on, now they do put on Thermo Kings, but if you request it, you can get a rig master. I guess it's considerably cheaper. And what they'll do is, when the truck gets sold back to the dealership, they'll actually take those rig masters off and sell them to Dale's APU, among people who gets them at warehouse prices from Prime, and he refurbishes them and then sells them. That's what this truck had. So the idle time was very minimal on this truck when I bought it. However, I immediately put a new carrier on it, and if I had this truck was totaled tomorrow and I had to get a new one or a different truck, I would immediately, even if I had a Thermo King on it, I would immediately buy a carrier. That's just how I am. Is carrier the be all end all? All APUs have their issues, just like trucks. But I've had my last Thermo King, I put more money into that than I have the 4 years I've had this truck. So that cough is awful. Yeah. Well, I'll try not to cough on you. Have you ever thought about changing your content from truck to metal music, since you know so much about it? I've thought about making my other channel mainly about metal, but the problem with that is that I don't keep up with the current bands or the current trends. So I'm kind of a one-trick pony in that regards as well. And in order to have a successful metal music podcast, you kind of have to kind of keep up with the trends, like what band's releasing what and compared to their new albums. There's just so much stuff out there, it's hard to keep up with that. And my views of older metal is usually different than most people. So, but that's what the Pedal to Metal podcast kind of is. I might switch that part to the other channel, but for the most part, my channel is just me. It could be about trucking, it could be about music, it could be about anything. I would have to put it on this channel for live feed. So when I do, eventually I want to start doing live streaming of me jamming with the band. And that would require us, that would require this channel, because I have the subs. The other channel does not. So, have one truck we just bought. It has been down more than operating. Yes, Scott has the Dynasis on his, and at first he was impressed, and then he was depressed. So, my prayers go out to you, Scott, for the APU. The Green APU, 10 years in business. This video is a site tour of the whole manufacturing process, which different is their tensioner, so you're not losing belts. Describe, basically, if I was mechanically inclined, I think that the Green APU would be a better choice, because of you can kind of fix everything and find all the parts at O'Reilly's or whatever. And you're not paying the outrageous dealership rates. You know, when I do take my carrier into the shop, it's definitely a pretty penny when I do, but they've done me right. I mean, they diagnosed a problem. They were going to charge me for a part, but then they realized that wasn't the part that was creating the problem. And so, you know, but I also have a good shop. That's a big part of it too. I have not been impressed with the Thermo King shop yet. Dale's APU is better than the other place that I won't even mention, that's in Stratford, when it comes to used APUs, because Dale was the one that tried to help me resurrect the old Thermo King I had of the other truck. He did rescue it, and it did work well, but it was like putting a band-aid on a dam that just wasn't working, or a band-aid on a stomach wound, as I call it. There was just too much short of just rebuilding the whole thing. At one point I considered buying a new APU for the Peterbilt, but I didn't want to spend that kind of money when I knew I was going to trade the truck. So, you should take some Intervectin for that cough. First class, what's interesting about that is that Any news media outlet that calls that a horse or livestock drug, they're lying to you. Because if you go to drugs.com, it's a drug that doctors can prescribe, right? Just like ibuprofen. You can buy ibuprofen for your cat. You can buy lots of drugs for your cat. You can buy painkillers for your cat or your dog or whatever. So just because it's prescribed to animals doesn't mean that it can't be prescribed for humans. Michael Jackson died off of, what was it, horse tranquilizer or something like that? So if it can be prescribed, a doctor can get it. So I don't understand why they would deter people from getting a subscription for it through their real doctor, not trying to, you know. And so it's hard to believe any media at this point, because the person that developed that won the Nobel Peace Prize, 2015? So that is definitely, that disinformation should be enough to make people aware that something's not right. So, anyway, what's up? Thomas Wilson, how are you doing? I'm doing pretty good. Now, this place asked me if I had 2 straps. I said, yeah. I think I'm almost loaded. The media is the enemy of the people. And on that note, we will leave. I am loaded. I got a green light. I don't want to hang out here because the yard guy's like, come on. So, yeah, that's true. All right, so with that being said, guys, thanks for watching. And Oreos are bad for you too. Thanks for watching. I appreciate you. See ya.